All right, everybody. Another player has dropped out of the race. A lot happened today. A lot happened today in the world of the Republican primaries that I need to talk about. You see, today was the big Iowa caucus, and as you can imagine, Donald Trump won by a, fairly substantial amount. However, I will say, he didn't get as high of a percentage of the vote as I think he or many other people expected. However, someone who lost this so hard that he's literally suspended his campaign because of it is none other than Vivek Ramaswamy. That's right. He's out. Vivek Ramaswamy suspends his 2024 Republican presidential bid and endorses rival Donald Trump. He's hoping to get some pick in Donald Trump's potential future cabinet. He's given up. Honestly surprised he lasted this long. Literally a couple months ago when I was covering the debates, the dude was pretty popular. He was getting cheers. He was getting claps. Vivek had a whole ass fan base online. He was this election's, he filled the spot that I feel like Yang filled in the Democratic primary last time, this time around for Republicans. He was like this random dude who came out of nowhere, not crazy policy for a Republican, but pretty out there policy, pretty radical, a really weird fan base of people that are outside of the typical supporters of the party. It kind of reminds me of that. Like how Yang had this weird fan base of people who hyper supported him because he was this outsider. Vivek's fan base gave me the same vibe. He's a brown guy running on the Republican ticket that's like a black guy trying to become Grand Wizard. Yeah, I think we all knew he wasn't going to get that far considering, you kind of have to be white to get anywhere, as a presidential candidate when you're trying to get Republicans to vote for you. Not every Republican is racist, but all the racists are Republican. You can't, are you delusional? I get the Republicans say Republicans aren't racist, but you have to admit all the racists vote Republican. So, you have to know your audience. Anyway. There's no denying the racists vote Republican. Biotech entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy suspended his bid for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination on Monday and endorsed former President Donald Trump after finishing a distant fourth in Iowa's leadoff caucuses. Ramaswamy said he made the decision after determining there was no path forward for him in the race, quote, absent things that we don't want to see happen in this country. The 38... He hinted at insurrection. The 38-year-old political novice who sought to replicate Trump's rise as a bombastic, wealthy outsider... Yeah, see, that's exactly what I said. Said he called the former president early Monday evening to congratulate him on his victory in Iowa. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis came in second, not surprising, with former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley just behind in third. I have no doubt that the recent comment she made about how the Civil War wasn't about slavery, it was about states' rights, probably helped her there. Ramaswamy told supporters gathered at a Des Moines hotel that Trump, quote, will have my full endorsement for the presidency. He added, quote, and I think we're going to do the right thing for this country. And so I'm going to ask you to follow me in taking our America First movement to the next level. Oh yeah, I forgot. Vivek's a full-on groiper. Trump, in his victory speech a few minutes earlier, said Ramaswamy did a hell of a job in the campaign. Ramaswamy said he would likely appear with Trump in New Hampshire Tuesday night and suggested DeSantis and Haley should, quote, follow suit in withdrawing from the race. During the campaign, I do think he's right here, by the way. It's over. Don't push it on anymore. There's no point to cover this nothing race anymore. Donald Trump is practically, engraved in stone going to be the Republican nominee. You know what's really funny, though? Only 14% of registered Republicans in Iowa came out to vote. That's right. Now, granted, there was some fucky weather, but come on. That is still a astronomically low voter turnout for Republican voters in Iowa. If that same low. Now, it is also a primary where, like, the Trump supporters kind of know, like, okay, well, we know who's winning, and, like, it doesn't really matter, right? At least to a lot of these people, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe a lot of Trump supporters just think it's in the bag and they didn't go. But does this not say a lot about conservative voter turnout? Don't we feel like this could actually be some pretty decent news? The weather was insane. Yeah, it was pretty bad from what I heard. But, like, 14% is still so low. Especially when mail-in ballots exist, right? Obviously, Republicans don't use them often, but yeah. That's a good sign, I think. During the campaign, Ramaswamy needled most of his opponents, but praised Trump as, quote, the best president of the 21st century. He argued, though, that Republicans should opt for fresh legs while still supporting the America First agenda. The approach, including his call for revolution, vaulted Ramaswamy into the mix of candidates vying to overtake Trump, or at least become a viable alternative. His decision to drop out, though, becomes the latest confirmation that the former president, even at 77 years old, by the way, he is not that much younger than Biden, like barely younger than Biden, and under multiple criminal indictments, still dominates Republican politics and remains the overwhelming favorite to win the GOP nomination for the third consecutive time. Well, of course, they love a criminal. Ramaswamy's failure also affirms how difficult it is for any Republican other than Trump to push the bounds of party orthodoxy, as the first-time candidate found little political reward for positions such as his opposition to aid for Israel and Ukraine. Ramaswamy said he would be open to vice presidential consideration. He would be open to vice presidential consideration. Quote, I'm not somebody who's going to be able to speak anyone's convictions but my own, he said. Quote, so if that's a role that I can perform from the vice presidency or any other one, I'm going to evaluate whatever is best for the future of this country. But my number one commitment is to truth, I'm sure. If you have to emphasize how much you care about the truth, then you must clearly really be into the truth. The son of Indian immigrants, Ramaswamy entered politics at the highest level after making hundreds of millions of dollars at the intersection of hedge funds and pharmaceutical research. Oh, what a great guy. A career he charted and built while graduating from Harvard University and then Yale Law School. Well, hey, guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. Who gives a fuck about this guy? He's not even running anymore. I don't give a shit. I'm not reading this guy's backstory. We do have the video of him announcing that he's no longer running anymore. Do you guys want to see him all sad, suspending his campaign? Let's watch this. It's gonna be funny as fuck. What is this song? Okay, I guarantee you he didn't get permission to use this song. It is really common that bands sue political candidates who like use their songs, their popular songs, like in their press announcements and stuff. It is not uncommon that those bands sue them for not getting the rights to play them. Dog. I'm muting it until he starts talking. I'm muting it till he starts talking. Okay, here we go.
As of this moment, we are going to suspend this presidential campaign. And this is going to have to be...
Oh my God, is she crying? That's awesome.
There is no path for me to be the next president absent things that we don't want to see happen in this country. As I've said since the beginning, there are two America...
What the thing he's saying there, the absent the things we don't want to see happen in this country, is insurrection. The thing that Trump did, by the way. The guy he's about to endorse, that guy? Yeah, he was referencing the thing that the guy he's about to endorse did. So I don't think he's against it.
First candidates in this race. And earlier tonight, I called Donald Trump to tell him that I congratulated him on his victory. And now going forward, he will have my full endorsement for the presidency. And I think we're going to do the right thing for this country.
Christ. Well, I don't imagine that Vivek's supporters going to Trump is really going to matter all that much. I imagine most of Vivek's supporters are going to default to Trump as their second pick, but I don't think it's going to matter much. Vivek wasn't really pulling big numbers to begin with, and voter turnout for Republicans is already going by those Iowa numbers, and I know the weather was bad, but Republican voter turnout in Iowa was not good. We'll have to see if that same pattern or something similar follows for other states, especially ones that are more right-leaning states, but that is some astronomically low voter turnout. It might be record-breaking low voter turnout, but I might be wrong.